Look, I'm not one to do this type of video. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know that even if I have something to say about a seasonal series like Tsukigakure or Recreators, I'll wait until it's done and shape those emotions into a fairly proper and thought out video. I'm not one to indulge rants. The last true rant I put out was how to watch the Fate series 2.5 years ago. Don't watch it, it's a bad video, but also watch Fate Zero before Unlimited Blade Works. I digress. The point being, I never find myself so worked up that I'm compelled to sit down and record right then and there. So maybe you'll understand how strongly I feel about this particular topic. For context, Juuni Taisen is a currently airing 12-episode anime adapted from a novel written by Nisio Isin of Monogatari fame. The series chronicles a last man standing death battle tournament between 12 combatants, each one labeled with a Chinese zodiac title: Rat, Ox, Tiger, Dragon, you get the idea. Simple enough to understand, it's basically a holy grail war. But the thing that's become abundantly clear as the weeks have gone on is that no one gets Juuni Taisen. No one gets it. Okay, not literally no one, but after every episode I go check the Reddit discussion threads, the Mal forums, Twitter, YouTube, and every time I'm left disappointed and angered because it seems like no one is willing to engage with the show on its own terms. Spoiler warning, I guess, but I urge you to keep watching anyway, because basically my point is that this is not a series you can spoil. In the first episode of Juuni Taisen, we get a lot of backstory on the boar, and then she dies. In the second episode, we get a lot of backstory on the dog, and then he dies. In the third episode, we get a lot of backstory on the chicken, and then she dies. And this is when the complaints really started to crop up. Oh, it's so predictable, the death flags are so obvious, which at face value is a reasonable reaction. But viewers quickly caught on that those first 3 deaths were in the exact order that the characters are shown in the show's closing credits, which is just reverse Zodiac order. You'd think at this point that would raise some red flags, that maybe there's a purpose, maybe that's the idea. But no, the complaints just change to, wow, that's lazy, and well, what's even the point? I know what's gonna happen now. And I just don't understand. Are people willfully ignoring the incredibly blatant signs? Do you really think the staff are so incompetent that they would spoil their own show in the episode titles? Really? Is it not more likely that the guessing game of who wins and who dies was never what the series is trying to do? As expected, time went on and deaths continued to occur in zodiac sequence. Monkey, then sheep, then horse, then snake in a flashback, and so next week we're slated for dragon. At this point, there's no more ambiguity. The show is ready and committed to see this thing through to the end. And I guess what really drove me over the edge is that by now, everything I've just said is common knowledge. Most everyone watching the show is aware that the combatants are dropping out in this preordained order, and yet all the discourse is still treating it like a run-of-the-mill battle royale. This week, I still saw people saying, I just hope Tiger doesn't die. I feel like the show would have been super good if it wasn't for the ending spoiling the deaths. It's okay guys, Tiger can't die, we haven't seen her backstory yet. Which is technically true, but it's still characterizing this as a poorly written death flag, not an intentional creative attitude. I thought for sure that Snake would be able to control gasoline or something and was gonna make Tiger explode. She's not going to die. Get it through your head. She's going to die after Rabbit and before Ox, and Rat's gonna win. So then the next question becomes, well, if it's not supposed to keep you on your toes, what's the point? Why else would I watch a battle royale? That's easy. If that's all you're willing to accept, then you shouldn't. If you're not willing to entertain the idea that this story is attempting something different with a death battle formula, there's nothing here for you. This is not trying to be Fate Zero, this is trying to be Juuni Taisen. Now does this then mean that it has something else to say? Some other reason to exist besides just subverting audience expectations? I don't know. Isin is a troll and it's not over. Personally, I have faith and am fully expecting a Katanagatari style twist by the end. But even if that doesn't happen, I still stand by everything I've just said. People have been conditioned to expect a series like this to take us on a roller coaster, throw out unexpected new hooks and developments with every step, fueling that hype train and all the other random speculation that comes with it, which is so not Juuni Taisen. Even with this premise, a story's predictability is not its sole metric of success, and in this case should be actively disregarded. Juuni Taisen's not shooting for unpredictability, it's embracing inevitability. Now, I'm not saying this show is perfect. Far from it. If you want to argue that the characters are boring, the fights are cheap, the animation sucks, the designs are awful, those are valid complaints. I don't personally agree, but I understand what you're saying and why you would say it. There are many reasons not to like Juuni Taisen, but if you're going to criticize it for being lazy or predictable or spoiling itself, you're either not paying attention or not willing to adapt. You're forcing an unrelated set of expectations onto it and then scratching your head wondering why they're not being met. It's like people complaining that Shinji doesn't get in the f***ing robot. It's a funny meme, but as actual criticism, it entirely misses the point. And I guess that'll do it. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and leave any reasonable feedback in the comments. I really don't know what kind of response to expect from this video. I was going to have a new review out this weekend, but it's probably going to be delayed a couple days because I'm pretty busy and also detoured to make this. See you next time.